Now, in the Bible, God gave a time linked to the restoration of land, restoration of inheritance, getting back what you lost, called the Yovel, or we know it as the Jubilee. If you lost your land, your inheritance, your home, your ancestral land, in the year of Jubilee, you get it back. When did the Jubilee happen? Once every 50 years. Now, the Jewish people lost their land when the Romans drove them out and destroyed it and killed them and crucified them and destroyed Jerusalem. For 2,000 years, the Jewish people have not had their land or their holy city. When did the beginning of their restoration take place? The first key date, Netanyahu said it, took place. It was near the end of the First World War when the British Empire won the land of Israel, and the British government issued a statement called the Balfour Declaration, one of the 4 milestones Netanyahu cited. And it declared, His Majesty's government looks with favor on the establishment of a Jewish homeland in Palestine. When did it happen? In the year 1917, the first restoration of the land, a prophetic jubilee. When the Jewish people get back their land, it's a prophetic jubilee. First time they got back what they lost, they returned home, jubilee. It was the first time in 2,000 years a major power was going to restore or look on favor with the restoration of the Jewish people, and so it happened. They were coming back in greater numbers, but the jubilee, that's the first jubilee. The jubilee declares that 50 years later comes another jubilee, another restoration. What happens if you go to the 50th year from the Balfour Declaration? Could there be another prophetic jubilee, another restoration, what was lost? The 50th year from the Balfour Declaration brings you to the year 1967. It just so happens in 1967 comes the Six-Day War. In that war, Israeli soldiers enter the gates of the holy city, ascend to the Temple Mount, and miraculously Israel regains what it has lost for 2,000 years, the holy city, Jerusalem. It is the second prophetic restoration. It is the second prophetic jubilee. And ever since then, and it happens 50 years to the first jubilee. Ever since then, the world and the UN has been trying to undo that victory of Jerusalem. It was the next puzzle piece of the prophecy. First the land, then it zeroes in on the city, because that's where it all has to go. That's where Messiah, it's like a spotlight getting more and more intense. That's where the prophet said it's going to happen. That's where Messiah said it's going to happen. They had the city. See, first they had the land, but they didn't have the city. Second restoration, second jubilee, 50 years later, they get the city. But they had no recognition from any nation, kingdom on the earth. On the Jubilee, you get back the land you lost, but you are given the right to that land. You are given sovereignty. It is recognized that you are the original owner, and now it's yours again. But the world never gave that. But that's part of the Jubilee. So what happens if you continue forward to the next period? If you remember, I spoke to you about the mystery of the Shemitah. And if you remember, of those who were here, I spoke specifically of the possibility, not that it had to, that there could be another restoration, and it would involve Jerusalem. I'll get more into that on Friday, Hanukkah. No, but I'm not finished. Relax. You came out in the snow, I'm not finished, okay? But the question is, could there be another prophetic event that concerns Israel and restoration, Jerusalem, part of the next step of the prophetic mystery? Well, that has now happened. With a decree like that of the Balfour Declaration, like that of Truman's recognition of Israel, like that it was the declaration of America, the strongest power on earth, like the Persian Empire of ancient times, the British Empire of modern times, the declaration recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. It's the first time that any major power has done that, not only in modern times, but in 2,000 years. It has happened when? In the year 2017. 2017 is the 50th year. since the last prophetic restoration. It's the Jubilee. It's the liberation of Jerusalem, 1967. It's the 50th year. It's the third prophetic Jubilee and the third restoration.
To find out how you can receive more of Jonathan's teachings, to receive special free gifts, or get in touch, go to hopeoftheworld.org or call toll-free 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821. You can also get more at Jonathan Cahn's Facebook page or write us direct at Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA. Hope of the World is dedicated to the goal of spreading God's Word and salvation to every land and people. We do this by spreading the Word throughout the world and sponsoring compassion projects to the most poor and needy around the earth. To get in touch or have a part in God's work, just write to Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA. Or go to hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821.